In a kingdom of snow and ice, there lived a bright-eyed boy named Mason. Mason had a boundless imagination and a heart full of curiosity. He lived in a cozy wooden cabin nestled among towering pine trees, where the snowflakes danced like tiny fairies in the crisp winter air. Mason's best friend was an extraordinary parrot named Brian, who could mimic sounds and voices with uncanny precision. Mason and Brian spent their days exploring the wintry landscape, building snowmen, and sledding down the frosty hills. But what Mason loved most was drawing. He had a collection of colored pencils and a sketchbook filled with drawings of magical creatures and fantastical lands. Brian, perched on Mason's shoulder, would often chirp encouragingly as Mason sketched away. One chilly afternoon, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, Mason stumbled upon a peculiar book in the attic. The book was dusty and old, with the words "The Art of Animation" embossed on its cover. Intrigued, Mason opened it and discovered the enchanting world of animation. The book was filled with stories of a young boy named Walt Disney, who, like Mason, had a vivid imagination and a love for drawing. As Mason read about Walt's childhood, he learned how Walt would spend hours sketching and dreaming of bringing his drawings to life through animation. Inspired by Walt Disney's story, Mason decided to create his own animated character. He spent days and nights sketching a little mouse with big ears and a cheerful smile. He named his creation Mickey, after the beloved character Walt had created. However, Mason faced a challenge. He didn't know how to make his drawings move like the animations he had read about. He felt a wave of frustration wash over him, fearing he might never achieve his dream of bringing Mickey to life. Brian, sensing Mason's distress, squawked and flapped his wings excitedly. "Don't give up, Mason. We can figure this out together." Mason smiled at his feathered friend, feeling a renewed sense of determination. Mason decided to seek help from the wise old owl, Professor Hoot, who lived in the tallest tree in the forest. Professor Hoot was known for his vast knowledge and kind heart. Mason and Brian trudged through the snow, their breath visible in the frosty air, until they reached the owl's abode. Professor Hoot listened to Mason's dilemma and nodded sagely. "Animation is like magic," he explained. "It's about creating the illusion of movement through a series of drawings. You must be patient and persistent." With Professor Hoot's guidance, Mason learned the basics of animation. He practiced drawing Mickey in different poses and gradually created a flipbook that made Mickey dance and wave. Mason's heart soared with joy as he watched his creation come to life. The conflict resolved, Mason realized that, like Walt Disney, he too could bring joy to others through his creativity and imagination. With Brian by his side, Mason continued to dream and create, knowing that with perseverance and a little help from friends, anything was possible. And so, in the kingdom of snow and ice, Mason and Brian's magical adventure unfolded, leaving a trail of inspiration and wonder in its wake.